The reading this morning, The Hollow Movement of Purpose, by Diane Collins from Do You Quantum Think? When you begin to live your life from your purpose, something very interesting happens. Nothing is wrong and nothing is wasted. You begin to see everything and anything that happens as part of the unfolding. You see it as a lesson, learning, or clue to the whole of what you are here for. You begin to see the value in everything, the genius in everything. This gives you great power in your life. Even in those circumstances you consider to be negative, you can see how they led you or will lead you to the next expression of your purpose. Let's take these beautiful words deep within and ponder them. As we surround ourselves at the love and light of this beautiful morning here in this beautiful community, let us know that we are here on purpose. The purpose to celebrate life, the purpose to celebrate love, the purpose to celebrate each other, and therefore spirit. And I'm knowing that this beautiful morning was given to us so that each one of us are here to enjoy each other, to enjoy the service, to know that the words that were given to us by Reverend Cece are the ones that we need to receive, to enjoy the beautiful music, to celebrate life in our children, to know that everything that is here is ours for a purpose, for us to enjoy and to know that God is alive, that the love that within us brings forth love to each other. And so I'm knowing that this is the truth. And so I say, thank you, Mother, Father, God, and Infinite Spirit. And so it is.
So last week we talked about feelings and working with our feelings and the meaning that we assign to our feelings and consciously elevating that meaning to a larger consciousness. And so today I want to talk about what might be the ultimate meaning, the one that we often struggle with. Like, why are we here? What's the purpose of this gig on earth, right? As I have watched myself and people around me evolve over my lifetime, you know, we started out with this belief that God was out there or up there somewhere keeping track of how well we obeyed the rules, and we've evolved to the point where so many of us are now, where we know that God isn't out there but in here, and that we are creating the future along with that energy through our thoughts and our actions, and there's still this question about why we're here. What's our purpose with a capital P? Don't you wish there was a way to just know? To be able to tell whether we're there or not? Well, the good news is there is, and we're going to talk about it. There is a way to know. And I want to begin with the quote that somebody posted on Facebook yesterday. Brendan Burchard quote. He said, "Since we're all clearly alive, then perhaps a hint as to our purpose is to be fully alive each day in mind and in spirit. Since we're all unique, perhaps a hint is to be our genuine selves, without fear, restriction, or apology. Since we have free will and consciousness, perhaps a hint is to be intentional and visionary versus impulsive and reactive." There are a couple of crucial ideas in that little quote. And I think the first and most important is, you matter. You matter. Every single one of us matters. We are all essential because we are expressions of the very life force of the universe. In each one of us, there is only one of us in all time. There's only one of you in all time. And so your unique expression is essential. If it weren't the case, you wouldn't be here. We are each essential to the expression of this mosaic that we call life in the universe. And the second crucial thing in that quote is that our purpose is to be that unique expression in all of its wonder and glory and in all of its weirdness. We all got weirdness. Nobody gets out of it with none, you know. We all have it. To be that wonder and weirdness intentionally in a visionary way. To be conscious about it. To be conscious about it. I think that's our life purpose with the capital P, right there, in a nutshell. We tend to think of purpose as something we do, but purpose is something we are. We came here to be it. It's a state of beingness. And so purpose is the unfolding of our beingness, if you will. We waste a lot of time looking for the thing to do, the right job, or the right degree, or the right partner, or the right set of friends, or the right body weight, or all those things that we spend a lot of time looking at. A couple of weeks ago, however, we talked about how reality has many, many dimensions. And if we're focused singly on the one of getting in this material world, then we're cutting ourselves off from living in all those other dimensions fully and in joy and in happiness and in contentment and in full expression. Cut ourselves off from just being who we are, who we came here to be, the uniqueness that we came here to be. So stop and consider for a second that what you're doing right in this very minute, sitting here, is part of your multiple expressions of life, of purpose. What you do this afternoon and tomorrow when you go to work and in every relationship is part of you're expressing in all the dimensions of your life. It's part of the purpose with the capital P. The purpose, your job on earth, reveals itself in everything. All our relationships. Every job we ever had, the tasks we do, the way we think, the way we interact with friends, what we do to connect with that greater life of the universe, all of it. It's like a I think of it sometimes as a lotus flower. You know, it has put down roots and it's put up a stem and it unfolds. The flower doesn't force the petals to open. The petals open as the flower lives its purpose, which is to be a flower, right? Each one of us is like that in this exquisite, constant unfoldment. We have one petal at a time. We have a petal for our first years and a petal for our teenage years. That one's a little rough around the edges. And a petal for our first job and a petal for every job we had. I have lots of job petals. We have petals for all the relationships we've been involved in, for every day of our lives. And as one layer of petals completes its cycle, it sort of fades away. It seemingly fades away. The past seemingly fades away, but in reality it's transmuted into something else, which is the way the universe works, right? Energy is slowed down into matter, and then ultimately it's transmuted into energy, and the cycle goes on and on and on and on and on as we live in this body, and then the body gets transmuted into energy for another plant that's unfolding its petals one by one by one. And what we call reality works the same way. This is the really cool thing about the state of physics and science right now. There is a constant unfolding and enfolding going on in the universe all the time. David Bohm called it the hollow movement of the universe. It's a movement in this unity that is a constant unfolding of now, and now, and now, and a constant enfolding of what happened a minute ago. And Bohm called the enfolded part of it the implicate order of the universe, meaning implicate is related to implicit rather than explicit. He said the implicate order is the source of what becomes explicit, And he likened the implicate order to the mind of God, the universe's intelligence. It's not a plan, it's a system of energetic patterns, and we're part of it. And it's always in flow, it's always in flux, it's always unfolding and enfolding. And it unfolds based on things like our choices, our expression of will, our volition, our stepping into fully being who we are. We are the unfolding of the implicate order, the mind of God. And our lives at any given moment are unfolded as we are experiencing them, and our past is enfolded, tucked away somewhere where we seemingly can't see it. And the future is still all enfolded until we step into it, at which time it unfolds right where we are. It's a constant movement of everything in the universe. And as we evolve, the future, this enfolded future, evolves as well. And as we evolve, everything evolves, because everything's one. So everything that has unfolded in your life, every choice you've made, every place you've been, every job you've had, every action you've taken, every single one is part of this evolution of the whole. And that's why you're so essential. That's why you're absolutely essential to the whole, because it doesn't evolve and unfold the same way without you. And everything that has unfolded thus far to bring you to this moment, everything that has happened and you've experienced and that you've done has brought you to this moment of conscious awareness, of choice, of participation in what's happening next. Every moment we are at that place of choosing what is going to happen next. How are we going to experience it? What meaning do we give it? How does it enrich us? How does it change the world? How does it teach us? That's the choice we're at every single moment. And as our reading points out, here's the really important thing to remember. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wasted. The Buddha said, no step on the spiritual path is ever wasted. Because everything that happens is part of that unfolding. Where you were born, when you were born, the parents you were born to, it's all presenting you with all the experiences you could ever need to fulfill your purpose with a capital P. It's all there. It's all there. The gifts and talents you have, and the weirdness too, it's all perfect. It's exactly what you need to deliver your gift to the world. So nothing's gone wrong. Nothing's gone wrong. Nothing is wrong. Nothing's wasted. And that purpose, which is the conscious expression of the unique you that you are, is always evolving as well. It's not static. It's not fate. It's not fate. It's choice. It's like a fluid mosaic that's filled with surprise, because sometimes a choice we make leads us someplace we didn't know we were going to be. It's sometimes filled with moments of unbelievable beauty, unbelievable tenderness, unbelievable joy, unbelievable wonder. Purpose is a pattern that is unfolding, but it's not something that we just let happen. It's something that we can make distinctions about. We can make decisions about, so that we more fully show up and be who we came here to be. And that's what conscious evolution is all about, I think. It's that simple. It's not anything that we have to go out and study. It's something that we just have to keep stepping into every moment, right? Every moment. We came here with this set of gifts and talents and foibles and weirdness, and some call that destiny. But we're always at choice based on our connection with the whole, based on our connection with the divine, based on our willingness to listen for that guidance that comes from our deepest self. We don't have to keep looking for anything. All we have to do is listen. And the choice we have is whether we develop what we came with, gifts and talents and weirdness, or not. Do we really enjoy ourselves on this ride or not? Do we distinguish our purpose and live it? Because when we do, we start to have a new strength and a new confidence and a new exuberance for life. We know we're making a contribution because we're right in the middle of life. We're right in the middle of life. We can feel ourselves right in the middle of it. And I think that's what we're here for, is to be right in the middle of life. Not kind of trying to avoid the stream, but in the middle of it, flowing down it in everything that we do. So how do we distinguish purpose with a capital P? Oh, I forgot to print these out. I will do it during the last song, and then I'll have them at the door. There's a bunch of questions that I came across that really sort of helped me. So I will print them out, and you can take them home. Questions like, what do people always come to you for? What is the nature of the requests they make of you? What is the nature of your conversations? What do you really like to talk about? What kind of things draw you in and attract your attention? What do you find yourself doing over and over and over? What kinds of activities are you drawn to? What kind of things do you do with absolute grace and ease and joy? Passion. Here's the one I love the most. If you could tell every person on earth and you knew that they were listening and that what you say was going to penetrate, what would the message be that you'd want to give them? And then we look at our answers to those questions from a high-level view, and we start to see patterns. We start to see patterns. Maybe you've always loved books or cooking or numbers or teaching, or maybe your friends and coworkers always count on you to be the open, welcoming, calming presence in their life. Maybe you lose yourself in dance or painting or reading or playing music. All of those are clues to what your purpose with a capital P is, your job on earth, so to speak. And I sometimes cannot see myself. I can see other people, but sometimes I can't see myself. If you're like that, find somebody to talk to about these questions and your answers to them. Maybe somebody who knows you really well. I can always count on my sister to tell me what she sees in me that I can't see. I can always count on that. From your responses, and when you start to discern the patterns and the answers to these questions, think about your purpose statement. What is your personal purpose statement? What is a short, easily rememberable statement that you can hold up when you're at a crossroads and say, does this help me live my purpose or not? If so, full steam ahead, right? If not, how can I turn at this crossroads? Which direction might help me be all that I came here to be? It's not, like I say, it's not so much about doing, and we're all really focused on doing, so I'm reminding you more than once that it's about being rather than doing. I have a hard time with that. I'm, right after this service, headed off to the woods to go be for a few days with my sister so she can tell me anything she needs to tell me. But also just so I have some time to regroup in just being rather than doing. But we can always ask, is what I'm about to do helping me be my purpose? That might sound like I contradicted myself there, when I'm saying that nothing is wasted and nothing goes wrong, nothing is wrong, yet we should examine whether a choice helps us to fulfill our purpose. This is one of those places, like so many in our lives, where both are true. Yes and, not either or. Paradox again. Nothing is wasted and nothing is wrong, and when we examine our choices, we become closer to really fulfilling our God-given gifts, the gifts we came with. Everything that came before brought you to this moment, this day, this choice, this idea that we're consciously participating in our own evolution, consciously participating in the creation of the future. Nothing is wasted. And when we consciously fulfill our purpose, we stand in a place of power that we don't have otherwise. We stand in a place of happiness and satisfaction that we don't have otherwise. When we look from this divine purpose, when we see with the eyes of the universe, of God, we see that our purpose is to become fully realized expressions of spirit, of the divine, of the universe. Soren Kierkegaard said, God has given each of us our marching orders. Our purpose here on earth is to find those orders and carry them out, which basically means exactly what I've been saying. And the Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore said, man discovers his own wealth when God comes to ask gifts of him. I love that. We discover our own wealth when God comes to ask gifts of us. And they're saying exactly what I'm saying. We are here to be the gift that we can be, to give the gift that only we can give because of our own unique set of all that we are. Our God-given gifts of creativity and connection and love and expression are enormously powerful in our world. Generativity and joy and compassion and all those things, they all are part of our purpose. And we're here to consciously evolve. We're here to consciously choose fulfilling our purpose because that makes us happy. It makes us powerful and joyful and also makes the world a better place. It is a win, win, win in all directions kind of thing. As today's reading puts it, when you begin to live your life from your purpose, you see that everything and anything that happens is part of the unfolding. It might be a lesson or a learning or a clue, but you begin to see the genius in everything that's happened to you up to this point. And everything you do, there's a value in it, a spark of genius in it. And that gives us great power. It gives us also a platform from which to live in joy. She's the woman who wrote the book said, even in those circumstances you consider to be negative, you see how they have led or will lead you to the next expression of your purpose. So I want to close with a quote from Martha Graham, the grande dame of modern dance. She was an extraordinary human being, and she said, there is a vitality, a life force, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all time, this expression is unique. It is not your business to determine how good it is. Not your business to determine how it compares with other expressions. It is your business to keep it yours, clearly and directly, to keep the channel open. You have to keep open and aware, directly, to the urges that motivate you. That is as succinct and beautiful a statement of purpose as I've ever heard. It is not our business to determine how good it is, how it compares with somebody else's. It's ours to own it, to stand in it, and live it as only we can, and to keep the channel open so that as we walk, each step we take is done from that deepest inner guidance of our own being. That every step we take is done, held up to the light. Does this move me further into being my own being, or does it move me further away from it? A lot of the things we do move us farther away. You know what they are for you. So we can just hold it up and say, does this allow me fuller, freer expression of my capital S self, my being? And that's it. That's all we have to do to be fully on purpose. And so let's take this idea into our deepest sanctuary, into that sanctuary of peace and joy that resides at the very center of our being, closer than our breath. And as I rest my awareness there, I remember that there is only one. There is only one life, one intelligence, one power, one presence. It goes by thousands of names, some of which we heard this morning. I call it God because it's easy for me to call it God. By whatever name you call it, it is that intelligence or power or force that spoke into being the entire universe. It is that life that continuously changes and evolves and grows and broadens and deepens. It is that which has become self-conscious in each one of us. We are aware that we are aware. We are aware that we are experiencing life unfolding as us. And this life is filled with goodness and with joy and with love and with power and with passion.
I am just a thread, a simple thread in this glorious web of life.
We are all just drops within a stream, flowing towards an ocean of light. We may forget where we come from. We may forget where we're going to. I might not see that you're a reflection of me as much as I'm a reflection of you.
And each one of us are part of that one. We are an essential part of its unfolding and its manifestation in our world and in our universe. And so we're right where each one of us is. It is in its power, in its intelligence, in its wisdom, in its love, in its passion, in its compassion, in all that it is. It is right here, right where we are.
I am just a seed, a blessed seed with eternity unfolding in me. And I pray that as I grow, I will reveal the love that illuminates my soul. When I remember where I come from, when I remember where I'm going to, then I will see that you're a reflection of me as much as I'm a reflection of you.
And so I know for each one of us that we joyfully step fully into being all that we came here to be, expressing everything we are with abandon and joy, with great love and passion, with all of those emotions that move us further into life, into love, into joy. And I call it good. I know that it is good because I know that each one of us is a unique and precious part of this mosaic called life, called the universe. Necessary, essential, beautiful, magnificent, and ever, ever unfolding.
2, 3.
This is the truth about each one of us and about this community, that it too is a place of unfolding of this magnificent life called spirit. I give thanks. I give thanks for each one who is here today. I give thanks for this vessel that holds us together in growth and in love and in joy. I give thanks for life itself, this amazing adventure of unfolding. And from this place of thanksgiving, I release this word into the infinite law that always says yes to us, knowing that it is already so. It is good. It is very good. And we say together, and so it is.
This is
simple prayer. May I become a reflection of the infinite one. This is my simple prayer. May I become a reflection of the infinite one. This is my simple prayer. May I become a reflection of the infinite one. This is my simple prayer. May I become a reflection of the infinite one.
Amen. And now we have an opportunity to give in support of our center, but also to just stop and remember how blessed we are. Stop and think about all of those blessings that you have in your life and just allow yourself to feel so grateful for life, for your loved ones, for the roof over your head, for those in this community that show up every week to reflect back to you the wonder that you are, for all of those things in life that allow us to more fully express. What a wonderful thing to just stop and remember. And as the basket passes through your hands, if you're able to give, that's wonderful. If you're not, please even then bless the ongoing prosperity and abundance of this community so that we may continue to do all that we do and more. And let's affirm together, gratefully I give with an attitude of abundance.
Gratefully I give with an attitude of abundance.
I know that as I give, so do I receive.
I know that as I give, so do I receive.
And so it is. So first, a big thank you to Tina Legay and all of her helpers. Yes. A few of them in particular, Mike Reynolds, Scott Boggs, Peggy Merritt, and Teresa Nabke, who were here for a really long time, and all the rest of you who made a wonderful Monte Carlo night. Thank you so much. You're fabulous. You did so much to make it happen. And it was really fun. And we had lots of new faces that got introduced to our community. And when I left, there was like shouting going on over there in that corner around that wheel. People were having a good time. So thank you all. It was a lot of fun. Please tell your friends or anyone who might be interested in about our evening service, our Sunday evening service, 5 to 5:45, 6 p.m. We light the candles, we have a reading and a short meditation, and then a capsule version of the topic, and then a discussion. And since I'm splitting for Hocking Hills, this evening service will be facilitated by Mike Reynolds, who has been a regular at that service and is our Leadership Council president and sort of a man of all trades. Our videographer and a wonderful guy. So join Mike tonight, or if you know someone who might be interested in that kind of a thing, please invite them. And next Sunday, Amy Papadopoulou is going to be here. She's from the Columbus Center for Spiritual Living. She is a practitioner and a ministerial student, and she's an extraordinary human being. Don't miss her. You will really, really enjoy her talk. And then she's also offering a workshop on living with an open heart. And her community up there adore her, and I know why. She's really something. So it's from 12, the workshop is right after the service, 12:30 to 2:30. Grab a bowl of soup or more. Peggy's going to talk about that in a minute. And stay for her workshop. It's $20, and she's wonderful. I think you're going to hear a lot about her as the years go by, because she's going to be one of those ministers that sort of just, she's amazing. Molly, my sister's hoping she'll stay in Columbus, but you never know. We are looking for a couple of people willing to help with pickup and drop off of a couple of community members one Sunday a month. It's a small thing to do, and makes a great difference in somebody's life. So if you're able to help out with that, talk with Clara either today or in the office during the week. It would be wonderful. And Peggy does have an announcement about an event coming up next weekend. Yay, Peggy.
Yay.
Yay.
Next Sunday is March 15th, which means that's 2 days from St. Patty's Day. I'm not going to have any Irish ale here, so it's just going to be the cabbage and the corned beef and potatoes. So if any of our vegetarians or vegans out there want to bring the opposite of that, they can. I'm going to be green beer. I can bring green near beer if you like.
I got that.
He's got that. Mike's on that. He'll bring green Yingling. But that's what I'm bringing next week is the corned beef and cabbage and the potatoes. Everybody else can bring the desserts, whatever, and just have a good time and help celebrate St. Patty's Day.
Wonderful.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Peggy, you're amazing. Thank you for feeding us all, body and soul. There are a couple of other things coming up, and they're listed on the back of your bulletin, so be sure you check that. What's he doing over there? Oh, he's playing Oh Danny Boy. I'm clueless. Oh, that's right. Wear green. Teresa has an announcement as well. Boy, announcements coming out of the woodwork today. Here you go.
Hey, I'm Teresa, in case you don't know me. I'm with the CAT team. The Community Action Team, is that what we're called? Awareness, there we go. And we wanted to let you know that I don't know how many of you go to the Psychic Festival, the Victory Light Psychic Festival that comes twice a year down to Cincinnati. And I went to it last year. It was fabulous. And we are going to have a table. And we are looking for some people to help. We have 2 days. It's April 11th and 12th. And we have, our booth is there from 10 to 7 p.m. So 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So we have some blocks of time that if you are interested, if you want to mark it on your calendar, a lot of us go down and hang out there anyway. It's a lot of fun. Those are our people down there. They are our people. So if you're interested, you can see me or Clara or Keith. Lisa here is on the team. So anybody who's interested, let us know. Thank you.
Thanks, Teresa.
Thank you, Teresa. I guess I'm going to be doing a workshop on the Saturday too sometime. I'll let you know when that is so you can come down and do the workshop if you want to. So please check the back of your bulletin about other things that are coming up. And if you would like prayer after the service for whatever reason, if there's something you're having trouble seeing the truth of, or you just want more good stuff, you're having good stuff and you want more, grab one of the ladies with the white or teal shawls. They are our licensed prayer practitioners, and you just walk up and ask them for prayer, and they will take you off into a corner somewhere. And they've been training and staying and elevating their consciousnness for a long time to be able to see the spiritual truth even when we can't. So they are a wonderful resource, and it's their gift to you on Sunday morning. So please take advantage of that. If you don't have time, you can leave a written prayer request in the little chest back there by the door, and you can also pick up your A Course in Miracles affirmation for the week, or quote for the week from that same table. It's just a little boost to keep around for when you might need a little consciousness elevation yourself. And Ken Spears graciously took those things I ran out and printed, and they'll be back at the door too, the questions that I asked, if you would like to have a copy of those for your own loose use. Or for your goose. Oh dear. I think I need a couple of days away. So let's stand up for our closing affirmation. Our closing song is Put a Little Love in Your Heart. Yeah. And first, let's know together. The wholeness of the universe is seeking expression through me.
The wholeness of the universe is seeking expression through me.
Its nature is goodness.
Its nature is goodness,
Truth. Beauty. And wisdom. I allow it to shine through me. Today and always. And so it is. Have a terrific week.